We all want to win the day, right? To feel productive, to feel like you're in control. But what if I told you the secret to a great morning doesn't actually start in the morning at all? What if it starts the night before? Well, today we're diving into this really simple but powerful idea. You can literally design your tomorrow tonight.
Okay, let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? Your alarm goes off, and before you even really open your eyes, you're already feeling behind. There's this heavy, confused feeling, like the day is already won before you've even had a chance to compete. You're not alone in feeling that. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. The problem isn't that you're lazy. The problem is what you're doing right before your head hits the pillow. You see, when you lose the morning, you spend the rest of the day in what I call a state of reaction. You're not working your plan, you're just responding to everybody else's plan for you. It's a nonstop stream of putting out fires, answering emails, dealing with demands that have nothing to do with your goals. You're not the main character in your day, you're just a side character in everyone else's. And this right here says it all. A reactive morning starts with your phone. And in literally just a few minutes, your brain is absolutely flooded with other people's problems, their noise, their drama, and you just feel overwhelmed. But a designed morning, that's totally different. Your first thought is about your plan, your priorities. You feel focused, you feel in control. And that huge difference, it's decided the night before.
So that's the real heart of the matter. We can blame our alarms, the traffic, our boss, but the real root cause of a chaotic morning is a passive evening. The solution to a day spent reacting is found in the last 10 minutes of the day before. That is where the entire battle is won or lost. So, this is how you start to win the night. It's all about making a shift from just mindlessly scrolling on your phone to intentional preparation. You're basically trading a few minutes of junk food for your brain for a lifetime of more focused, more productive days. And this isn't about adding more work to your day. It's about making your rest actually work for you. And you know what the best part is? This is not some complicated hour-long ritual. We are talking about 10 minutes. That's it. 10 minutes of focused, intentional action before you sleep that can completely change the game for your next morning, the next week, maybe your whole life.
All right, so what does this actually look like in practice? Don't worry, you don't need any special equipment or expensive apps. It's just you, maybe a simple notebook, and 10 minutes of quiet. Let's break down the exact blueprint step by step. So here it is, the whole 5-step routine. First, you take a minute or two to just quickly review your day. Then, you plan your big 3 for tomorrow. Next, and this is a big one, you physically put your phone away. After that, you feed your mind with just 2 pages from a book. And finally, you set your intention for the next day. Now let's unpack a couple of the most critical steps here. So step 2 is all about your big 3. Not 10 things, not a giant to-do list, just 3. Now, why only 3? Because it forces you to actually prioritize. It makes you decide what really moves the needle. Your brain can lock in on 3 objectives. Anything more than that, and it all just becomes noise. You know that feeling? You start everything and you finish nothing. This solves that. This might be the most powerful step in the whole process. Put your phone on the other side of the room. I don't mean just putting it on silent next to your bed. I mean physically far away. This one simple action guarantees that the first thing you do when you wake up is think, not scroll. Your brain gets to control your morning, not a notification from someone else. You get to reclaim that first critical thought of the day.
And check this out. This shows you the insane power of small, consistent habits. Reading 2 pages a night, it seems like nothing, right? It takes, 4 minutes? But do that every night, and over a year, that adds up to more than 700 pages. That's like 3 or 4 entire books. While everyone else is consuming endless, forgettable social media posts, you're actually accumulating real knowledge.
Okay, that final minute is for setting your intention. This is about writing one single powerful sentence. Something like, tomorrow I will be the person who finishes that presentation before lunch. What you're doing here is basically giving your brain a specific mission to work on while you sleep. You're literally programming your subconscious for success.
So this all sounds great in theory, but why is it so effective? Well, it's not magic. It's actually about understanding how your brain works when you're asleep. Let's take a quick look at the simple science that makes this whole blueprint tick. So your brain isn't like a light switch that you just flick off at night. It's much more like a computer that's running updates and diagnostics overnight. While you're sleeping, it's busy processing information, organizing thoughts, and trying to solve problems. And here's the key. It gives a ton of weight to the very last inputs you gave it before you drifted off.
So every single night, you're making a choice. You can feed your brain Instagram, bad news, and drama, and it'll spend all night processing that noise and anxiety. And the results? You wake up with that mental fog. Or your last input can be your goals, your big three, a few pages from a good book, and your brain will work on clarity and solutions all night. You wake up with mental sharpness. Simple as that.
And this really is the ultimate goal. For just 10 minutes of the right kind of input every night, you turn your brain into your greatest partner. It works for you while you sleep instead of processing garbage that works against you when you wake up. Your night isn't the end of your day. It's the beginning of your tomorrow.
So what this really all comes down to is a fundamental choice. It's about taking back control. It's about making the decision that you are going to be the architect of your life, not just a passenger reacting to whatever comes your way. And honestly, that's the divide, isn't it? Are you going to let the world design your mind for you every night, filling it with stuff you never chose to put there? Or are you going to take 10 minutes to design it yourself? When you take these 10 minutes, you are taking your power back, period.
Just think about that for a second. The vast majority of people go to bed with a scattered mind, reacting to their phones until their very last second. By simply winning the night, by preparing with intention, you are putting yourself in an absolutely elite category. You go to sleep already winning the next day.
And so that's the real question, isn't it? You have the blueprint now. It's simple, it's effective, it's not a secret anymore. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it?